Hey YouTube, new week, which means new video, and I'm gonna rant this week because this week I'm gonna talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about with you guys, but I haven't had like the words, I guess, or haven't felt like I needed to talk about it because I have like my boyfriend and my aunt I've talked to and my friend Natalie I've talked to. It's really hard for me to talk about it sometimes. Like, talked about it yet with you guys, which is crazy because it's been going on for a while. You guys know that I have my moments where I'm really depressed and I feel like, actually I don't know if you guys know this, where I feel like don't want to live anymore, I guess, or hurt myself, and I know that's terrible. You're like, oh, you always seem so happy. No, that's not the case at all. I wish it was, but it's not. It's a habit I've grown into where I put on a face. I think I've always been this way, even from far back when I can't even remember. I'm pretty sure in middle school I put on a face, and that's in middle school and I didn't even think nothing was wrong. But when you get bullied, you put on a face. You pretend like it didn't get to you, but deep inside you know it did. Well, I was bullied in middle school. And my freshman year when I moved to California, I was bullied. I think that one was probably more damaging, I think, because in middle school I was bullied by guys. In freshman year I was bullied by girls. And girls are harsh. I know I'm mean, like I'm blunt and I know that, but it just hurts. Like I almost got into a physical fight my freshman year because of it, and compared to them, I was a lot smaller, definitely freshman year, if you go back to my vlogs, my freshman year. But it's hard to talk about it, like, so the way my depression, I want to use air quotes because I'm not clinically depressed, I just think I am, like I get upset. If I'm having a bad day, anything will get to me. Like if I'm having a bad day and like one little thing goes wrong, I just bawl out crying because it's just been a bad day. But the reason why I get that way, like the first thing that like gets me in that mindset is my family, really, which is crazy to think. Like it's like terrible to think like my family's the one that's making me depressed. It's weird to explain. Like I don't know if any of you out there know like what I'm really talking about. Like my aunt goes through the same thing, that's why I talk to her about it. So when I'm with my family, I am the oldest basically. I'm the oldest and I feel secluded when I'm with my family. Like I don't feel like I fit. Like they're all laughing and everything and I laugh too, but I don't feel like I'm included. And I don't know if it's because I don't include myself or is it just because I just don't fit in. Like I've always had that problem of fitting in. I've never really tried to fit in because I knew I couldn't, I guess. Fitting in for me is hard and I just never tried because I've always moved around, so I'm just being myself, which is crazy, weird, being Deja. And people just get attracted to me, I guess. Like all my friends that I have, they just attract to me, like my best friend Kristen and Natalie and my boyfriend. But when it comes to being around my family, like, okay, yeah, I love being around them, like I like spending time with them, but in the end, I feel like, I don't want to say I feel like I'm being bullied, I feel like I'm just not a part of, I'm there, but I'm not completely there, I guess. And this has always really been a problem, like I think ever since freshman year, I believe it's been a problem, maybe even sooner than that, because I remember my freshman year, as you guys know, I had that moment. Like freshman year, I was home alone basically all the time, and mentally that messes with you. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like no one cares. And then when I moved to Junction and lived with my dad, it just got worse because there, it really didn't seem like anyone cared, because the only thing that helped me there was dance. Like when I went to dance, everything was fine. It definitely did not help that my dad just didn't seem like he cared at all. And it's really, I might cry. I don't want to. It's just hard to think that you're not part of a family. And that's why, like, I never feel like secluded or anything when I'm with friends. Like, I could be around like a whole group of people and I will feel fine. Like, I won't feel depressed. But when I'm with my family, I just feel like I don't fit. No one gets me, I guess I should say. Like, my aunt kind of gets me, but not completely. Like, it's hard for me to talk to anyone about it. Like, even my boyfriend. It's just hard because he halfway gets it, but it's just hard. I know you're gonna watch this, and I'm sorry. It was to my boyfriend, because he watches these now. And it's hard to explain the kind of depression I have. When I have a really stressful day, like Friday, like I had registration for school, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave 2 hours early. Like, I'm gonna leave 2 hours because I'm thinking it's gonna take like an hour and 30 minutes. No, it literally took me 2 hours and then some. So I arrived when registration was over, and I was so upset. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to. She's like, the last day, like, I thought I couldn't register because of it. She's like, last day is Monday, like, you have to show up on Monday or else you can't register. I'm like, oh my god. So tomorrow I'm gonna leave 3 hours early now just to make sure I'm there on time. Probably the thing that made me late was Starbucks. Probably. I always feel like I'm being attacked, I guess, by my family. It's just, I'm never included in what's happening with plans, and then it's just a whole bunch of things that happen that I just feel like altogether my family doesn't really care, or I'm not a part of it. And then I feel left out even though I'm there. She forgets things I tell her. Like, last week I told her registration is Friday. She's like, okay. Thursday, I'm like, I asked her about the car, and she was like, why? And I was like, cause registration, or I have to go to LA tomorrow. She's like, why? And I was like, cause I have registration. Just little things like that. Like, they don't remember things, and I'm very sensitive, as you guys probably already know with how many crying videos I have. If people come at me, like, it sounds like they're attacking me, even though they probably aren't, it just gets to me. Like, my boyfriend, for instance, when he raises his voice just a little bit, he's like, I'm not yelling at you, I'm just telling you. Like, it still, like, gets to me because I'm not good with people talking at me, not to me, at me. I just can't deal with it. Oh, just thinking about someone talking at me makes me cry. But I don't like being talked at, which is what my family does, because they don't think I'm my age, or they don't think I act my age. But they put so much on me, it's hard to act my age, because I don't have the freedom to do what I want most of the time. Like, I have to make sure my brother's taken care of, make sure I do this. But when I actually care, like, oh, is he okay? Like, oh, I get attacked again. Like, there's like no middle ground with my family, I feel like. And my aunt was like, you just need to move out. And I'm like, yeah, if I had money, I would. But don't have money, I don't have a car. It's just so much, and I don't want this video to be like 20 minutes long, and I'm sorry that I'm like crying a little bit. It's hard. If any of you go through what I go through with feeling alone in any situation, it doesn't have to just be with family. Like, if you just always feel lonely, then you guys can talk to me, because I understand what you're going through. I just feel alone when I'm around my family, or when I'm being attacked, like talked at or attacked, or I feel attacked. And I think that's just something that that's what the bullying did to me, was them talking at me. I think that's what the bullying did, was it kind of hurt me deep, and I'm realizing it as I'm talking about it. But it's hard. Dealing with things like this, like depression or getting upset or anything, it's really hard to deal with, because you never know how to fix the problem, like fix yourself to make you feel better. But when it comes to this, you're always going to have to deal with it, like, no matter what. That could be 30 having kids, and I could still feel like this some days. Right now it's just really bad because I live at home and I'm always getting talked at, and it just sucks. Let me just say that. It just really sucks. I think I need more friends. I need more friends that are moved out so I can go live with them. But I really want to get that off my chest because I know a lot of people on YouTube, like, they go on there to get away, and that's what I do. I go on YouTube to get away from all of it. And I just want to help anyone who goes through the same thing I do. I just want to help someone. That's why I do this, is to help someone get away like I get away with the YouTubers I watch. But I love you guys. If you guys need help, message me. Comment down below saying this really helped. If it did, like, subscribe, please. I want to say I'm almost at 100 subscribers, but I'm not. I'm at like 80, so. But that's not what I do. This is not why I do it. It's because I want to be a filmmaker. I never want to be in front of the camera, but it kind of helps me vent a little bit and get things off my chest other than when I write. But I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you next week. Hopefully next week I actually do the sibling thing. We'll see.